Eleni and I would now like to demonstrate and talk a little bit about ideas of lead, follow, poise, and balance. What we do as a partnership is respond to each other. Generally speaking, the man initiates, but he follows after he initiates any of his actions. But for the time being, she is going to play the game of following my actions. If I rotate my shoulders, she will mirror me, or natural opposite, she'll rotate in the same direction. So an exercise like this will create an awareness in the lady. The size of my steps are determined by my levels. If I lower, my steps will be bigger. If I'm tall, my steps will be shorter. So if she follows my levels, her steps will always be the same size as mine. When I move in a certain direction, she'll respond from the bottoms of her feet. Okay? So we're not touching. We can be in contact, and it's much easier, but if she can become aware of my movement and respond my commencing of movements the way I am going, eventually she will wind up going where I am going to go. If I start to commence forward, she'll reciprocate. I usually move forward from my upper body, my head and my chest, and she moves back from her hips. And eventually there'll be a step. And vice versa, when I move back, I move from my hips, she forward from her chest. If we do vice versa, we'll have a lot of troubles. If Eleni moves back from her head, it'll be very fast and very awkward. Or if I move back from my head, there'll be a lot of problems. So we move forward, like we normally do from our hearts, if you like to think of it, and back from our hips. So moving, and then the weight has to catch. And if we can do a simple forward and back balancete exercise with the head staying in a constant relationship, that's a very good drill. Again, we did this in the beginning on the sides, and we have levels. Sometimes we compress and we stretch, we compress and we stretch. Many times, when we take our first step as man, we might go back into a compression and then stand up. We can reverse that, okay? And we can go forward, walking normal. Again, she'll follow the compressions. If I rotate my shoulders, she'll rotate her shoulders with me. Okay? I might walk her backwards, as we do in a back ocho. We'll demonstrate that later on. But if she can follow my shoulders, and again, it's much easier when I have a hold or an embrace. So the idea is basically to be aware of each other, be to each other, forward poise. Eleni likes to think of her weight going down through her heels and then forward over the balls of her feet. So this way, she's always going to be connected with me, or whoever her partner is at the moment, from this area. When she moves back, again, she will initiate the movement, keeping the poise that way from the lower body, and then it stays constant. When she moves forward, she'll move forward from her chest. And again, if she does the opposite, it'll be quite strange. I'm going to go and demonstrate how to dance badly. If I dance like this, the weight goes and falls back, and it goes out of control. You can't dance slowly, and that's very important to be able to dance under control and slow. Fast is usually very easy. Going forward, you don't want to stick your hips up. It looks strange, and it doesn't really work as you do when you naturally walk. Your forward walks are pretty much naturally the way they are when you walk normally. Going back is a little strange. There's nothing natural about moving back. Again, the idea is to keep a constant poise, so you think back from your hips, forward from your heart. If you think vice versa, back from your heart, forward from your hips, you're going to be dancing in a very awkward position. So all we want to do is look connected and to each other. And whether you know it or not, some partnerships look more elegant than others. We can dance very straight, but we are still poised forward. We can dance, some people like to dance a little more forward. That's their prerogative. There are many, many different degrees of how to dance forward. Like tap dancing, Fred Astaire used to dance more upright than the old hoofers who were over, but they were both very connected. He didn't tap dance back here. Nobody dances way back off balance backwards. It's very athletic over the balls of the feet, and it's very important in dancing that we feel connected and in control and coordinated.